Wow, it's amazing! Do you like this kind of landscape? If you like the mountains, the nature, great roads to ride, you really have to come here in the Dolomites. Hi, it's Greg, welcome in the Dolomites. In this new season, I'll show you all my road trip to discover and visit the Dolomites with your motorcycle, or your van, or your car, as you prefer. It's gonna be the same roads. On the menu we have mountains, nature, incredible landscapes, amazing roads. It's a real pleasure to be here. So I take you with me and I'll show you my trip, and as usual, you will find below the video the link to download it on my blog. It contains all the organization, so if you're ready, let's go! There's only one small detail missing in this intro. First, I'll need to go to Italy, and for me, it starts by crossing the southeast part of France by going straight to the east. The last part is the Stelvio Pass. It will take me straight in Italy, but that doesn't mean that the journey is over. A last check on the GPS and I'm heading for the campsite in the surroundings of Turin. Not a memorable places, but I had to stop in this area for this first day. First solo shopping, setting up the camp, and therefore first evening alone. So I'm not letting me down, if you know what I mean. After all, it's Saturday night. Yesterday, the part from Stelvio Pass to the campsite was nice, but today, the road going near Turin is bad. It's not in a good condition and it's very industrial. Quick, let's go to the mountains! Nothing on the right, nothing in the front, and nothing on the left. Yeah, I hope they will arrive soon. Ladies and gentlemen, the Como Lake. Wow, it's incredible! First discovery for me of the Italian lakes, and honestly, it's really beautiful. I don't know exactly where I am at the Como Lake, but it's a postcard. It's magic. After having enjoyed the beginning of the lake, I settled in a small campsite by the Como Lake. Who says there's no rivers on the Transalp? However, there are no radars. What do we say after the effort, the comfort? So, cheers! This day wasn't the most interesting for the ride with a motorcycle, so it's good to finish it here. And tomorrow, I'll go straight to the Stelvio Pass. What a difficult morning! With all this rain, all night long, everything was wet. Hopefully, a nice German guy helped me and I dried the tent on the rocks on the beach. And now check the view. I'm late, it's a shame. I would have liked to have a coffee here. Now, let's go to the Stelvio Pass. Seems that here, every village is beautiful. Every time I see one by the lake, it has a lot of charm. I'll have to come back and spend more time here. Now I'm on a short link road. A bit too straight for my taste, but it's for a good cause. I now start to see the big mountains in the distance, and it's a good sign. It's already been 650 kilometers since I left, so at the gas station break, I take care to grease the chain. Who wants to travel far, blah blah blah, well, you know the song. The roads from the Como Lake to the mountains are like the one of yesterday, not very interesting. If I can give you an advice, don't go to the Como Lake during the high season, it's gonna be too crowded, and there will be a lot of traffic jams because in some villages you can only pass one by one. Wow, this was crazy. I spent almost 8 kilometers on the ground. I've never done it before. It's a bit scary, there is nothing, you don't know when it will finish. That's crazy. So, it seems that now I'm in the mountains. Passo Stelvio, let's go! It seems to be so high. Ouch, I don't have my winter tires? Well, I'll try it anyway. Can you feel it? That little excitement? I don't know exactly what to expect of the Stelvio Pass, but just seeing such a beautiful road with all these curves gives me the banana smile. It's so beautiful that I can't stay focused on the road. There are so many hairpin curves that you never know at what speed you should go. Wow, I've almost been hit by a Vespa in the face. Is there anyone counting the curves? Am I at 273 or 274? I don't count the number of poses to take pictures and to film also, and I finally reached the top, so I need a place to enjoy the view, and I think I found it. So here it is, the impressive, the mighty, the twirling Stelvio Pass. Isn't it what we call a coffee with a view? From the Stelvio Pass. It took effort to my Transalp with the altitude. No more power, and I think the way down will be easier for her. Now let's go to the heart of the Dolomites. End of the coffee break in this incredible place. Poor Transalp, look at the RPM. The motor is so slow. It should be 1500. Now it's around 1000. Keep going, Transalp, we are going down. I'm passing this car, but it's gonna be on me very soon. Oh, but I'm not sure about this one. I have to tell you something. It's been 2 days that I have something strange in my handlebar. It's moving a bit freely. It's weird. Something is clearly wrong. So I'm not confident with the bike, and during the big curves, it's very scary. So tonight, let's check it. I'll try not to fall here. even if it's better than on the highway, but I prefer nowhere. So I won't go fast, and as you can see, others will take care of this for me. Hey, that's a lot of curves in the Stelvio Pass. Actually, it's my record. While riding, I asked Google, and it seems that the Stelvio Pass has 48 hairpin curves. In front of such a landscape, I changed the music in my helmet from old good rock to classical music. I think it's a good match here. Pine trees, sun, mountains, grass, some snow over there. Isn't it a small part of paradise here? I'm so happy to be here. Ah, here is Tonante number 30. Whoa, what was this truck? I have the feeling that the thing in the Stelvio Pass is to come with a strange vehicle. Since the beginning, I see a lot of crazy cars, like homemade cars. Oh my god, it's amazing! Keep your eyes on the road, keep your eyes on the road, keep your eyes on the road. Stelvio Pass is now finished. I'm in the valley. Honestly, it was a very good time. The views are amazing. I really recommend you to come here. In low season, I guess it should be the best. This day is coming to an end and I arrive around the campsite. I think the view tonight will be nice. By the way, here is the beginning of the Dolomites with their typical shapes. And to be quite honest with you, this campsite, which for sure will be in my travel guide that you will find below the video, was a pure wonder. I had never experienced a campsite of this standard before. Even the sanitaries were in the basement with skylights, automatic doors and marble everywhere. Oh yes, and there was also a heated swimming pool right in front of the mountains. The check-in will be in English because here they already speak German and I don't. Well, in any case, I don't know a word of Italian, so... With such a panorama, even the little routine of setting up the campment is a pleasure. Not bad as a background, eh? Honestly, it's gonna be a good night. Well, I start a little late, as usual. I don't know how I'm doing it. I get up at 7:30, but I never manage to leave before 10 AM, between one thing and another and time to store everything back. So we are heading towards the first lake in the Dolomites. From what I could see, it should be very nice. So, to give you some background, I have just arrived in the Dolomites in Italy. The Italian name is Dolomites. It is a mountain range of the southern eastern Prealps, located roughly between the region of Trentino, South Tyrol and Veneto. These mountains, whose highest point is 3,343 meters above sea level, are famous both simply for the beauty of the surroundings, but also for their bizarre geomorphology. They are characterized by an abundance of dolomite minerals, which is a carbonated sedimentary rock. While preparing this trip, for which you can find under the video the link to my blog to download the topo, the organization, the GPS track, all the details, I had seen images of these mountains, but having them right in front of me, wow, it offers me an incredible spectacle. And it is frankly only the beginning. First objective of the morning, reach the famous Lake Carezza. Once there, I quickly see that everything is well framed. paid parking, even for two wheels, and around the lake it's bordered by fences. Impossible to go down to take a few pictures quietly. So I told myself that by cunning a little, the drone could do the job if I go a few turns above. Is it me or I am driving in the middle of paradise here? Is there someone who could take the clouds away from the site? Because wow, it's beautiful! If you like the Dolomites landscape as much as me, then you will absolutely love the Tyrol videos that are coming soon. To not miss it, remember to subscribe to the channel and click on the little bell to turn on the notifications. I believe that Italy is the country of radars. There are billions of them. And when I say billions, it's billions. Look, there's one just there, and there is one every 200 meters. And I'm afraid that there are one or two that caught me. I'm now climbing towards the Passo Sella, and up there, the serious things will begin. Well, unfortunately, I come behind a German in a sport BMW which seems to run out of fuel. Besides, while I think about it, Germans are really having troubles. Here I have the impression that they were almost always running out of fuel. At least I can take full advantage of the reliefs, which are slowly emerging in front of me. The road is super clean, the scenery I let you judge. For me it's perfect for morning. So I rode happily until the beauty of the scenery stops me. This Passo Sella is splendid. I have the impression of having a wallpaper in the back because the landscapes seem so unreal. I choose to avoid the big valley and to take alternative routes. It will allow me to take a little snack break in a small local restaurant. Well, I spotted a place which is to see apparently, with some cool rock formations, except I don't know at all what it's worth, and it makes me take detours, so we'll see if it's worth it or not. Road is not great for the moment. Ah, this is my bad luck. Here we are stuck. Well, the good side of it is that it gives me time to appreciate the view. Up, way back, there is nothing to see. This attempt was a total failure. Impossible to see the spot without going on a small hike, and compared to what I just saw earlier, it's not even worth it. So I turn around. This time, on the same road, it is no longer the truck of cattle, but the garbage truck. The smell is different, and frankly worse. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm not responsible. After this so detour, I come out on a super pleasant road to drive in the direction of Santa Maddalena. I absolutely wanted to see a spot there that is very famous in the Dolomites. Fortunately, I'm here at the low season time, because in the high season it must be so crowded. I think I've just passed my spot because I don't see it from the road, so I went back down, and here it is in the field. Let's take a closer look. Here is the little church of St. John with the Dolomites in the background. I didn't want to miss this place, and now that it's done, I still have a lot of distance to ride before my campsite. I still have to tell you my bad luck today on the small roads with the trucks blocking the way. So we had the cattle trucks, we had the garbage truck, and now we have the water tanker. I hope he's got some wine in there at least, because Well, hey, that leaves me time for that. Wow, still beautiful here. At this point, you would like to say that the road is not so good. There are holes everywhere, there is sand everywhere. But hey, have a look at the mountains. How can you say that the road is not beautiful? Me? I can't. Je ne peux pas. Ich kann nicht. No puedo. We are at 2,000 meters above sea level. I now understand why it's cold here. So for once, there won't be drone shots. I'm tired, so I'm going to sleep. Right at this moment, I try to comfort myself with the landscape, but unfortunately it will be complicated. In the last slow hairpin curve, I've just heard a little tick 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 at the rear of the bike, so I stopped and there is a metal thing stuck in the tire. I have 24 kilometers left to the campsite, it is almost 6 o'clock, I've enough for today, so I hope it will hold. I would just like to be able to arrive at the campsite, and if I have to, tomorrow I'll take a day off to repair, but not now. I try to drive smoothly and to feel if my rear wheel is drifting just a little, just in case. And finally, I managed to reach the valley after 100 of curves passed with, let's say, great caution. And it is finally the arrival at the campsite on a sunset that comforts me even more. Now, let's see what this motorcycle problem is. Not a bad place, isn't it? I have to put the tent and then we will investigate this tire to see if the problem is serious or not. In any case, I don't have the impression that the tire has lost pressure, so we will cross fingers. Well, more fear than harm. It was a very small thing once I took it off. In fact, I barely touched it with the screwdriver and it fell down and I couldn't even find it in the gravels. That's good news, but there was still noise that would surprise me if it was only from this small pike. So I am going to inspect the bike anyway. Phew, that's a happy ending. I saw beautiful things today, it was a great day, and tomorrow I'm going off-road without really knowing what to expect. Let's leave the campsite. I'm half an hour early compared to usual. Wow, it's amazing! So the idea today is to go to do some off-roading. I've spotted a track that looks wonderful. So, because I'm a bit loaded and I have a back pain and I'm a beginner, obviously it will be an ultra easy track. But in fact, what interests me is the landscapes that I can access. What more can we say? It is exactly this kind of landscape that I prefer. Well, and maybe also a white sand beach with coconut palms and piña colada. Okay. But still, this is something. Indeed, it has been now 3 days that I've been surrounded by the mountains permanently, and it is a real pleasure. Especially since they are not like home. After each turn, bam! It's a new surprise. Here, one more German in reserve. Come on, sorry sir, but you are in front of the landscapes. This morning, I have to go through the mountains to reach the town of Cortina d'Ampezzo. So, I had spotted a small road for that, but I didn't thought it would be so beautiful. This route will definitely be found in my guide for discovering Dolomites, and you will have the link under the video. Here, I am really in the heart of the Dolomites. These massifs are disturbing for the sense of direction because since they all have a little bit the same morphology and that I turn around them in all directions, I have the impression of having already seen them, but the roads are always very different. In short, I will stick to following the track on the GPS. I hadn't told you about it, but the Transalp, a bike with solid reputation, that is quite popular at the moment, well, I couldn't get used to it. The vibrations, the noises, is it really normal? Is she okay? Yet I did a crazy overhaul this winter, but I was not serene. And finally, that's it, it passed. I think we have just learned to know each other. small gasoline break in Cortina d'Ampezzo, a big city very touristy and very rich as you can see. So after, it will be direction the small track that I've spotted, which takes us down on a beautiful lake. When you ride alone, even with an intercom with a little music in your ears, you always end up singing or wandering. And when you are back and you discover that on the video, yeah, it's really funny. I'm enjoying the ride so much. The road slaloms quietly through the forest. The air is cool. I'm lying on my rear bag behind to relieve my back. I drive like a grandpa, but I love it. Since a while ago, seeing this road lined with fir trees, with the mountains behind, I have the impression of being driving in Canada. Hey, it's an idea that I really like, by the way. It's a crazy thing. I'm still in a crazy tunnel. I've been in it for at least 10 minutes. Well, I'm very happy, it's time for a break, and I found a nice little bar to have a good bite to eat. And then, the mountains are calling me. I will attack the small gravel road. I don't know what it will be like, a little off-road, to go along all these mountains across a river, and then it will allow me to see a magnificent lake and do a little loop again to be able to go back to almost where I was this morning. The pressure is starting to raise because I have driven many kilometers to pick up my off-road section, of which I have no idea either of the condition or the difficulty or even of its distance. Well, I think it's a fail. Ah, shit! Well, I went back to the bar, I asked the waitress, and she said, yeah, it's closed, but it's not closed. She said to me, don't worry, enjoy, go ahead. So, we will see. She also said to me, if you see someone strange on the side of the road, just hit the gas. Okay, I'll do it. Yeah. Neither am I a huge fan of the concept, but I didn't feel like going back either. And then I have the blessing of the main drunk customer of the bar, which assured me that on the one hand there was nothing clear on this subject, and on the other hand that there was no one in the middle of the week, so up, on we climb. Frankly, I don't regret having taken the track, because the landscapes are great. For the moment, the track is very smooth. Even if I am well loaded with my mixed tires, things are going pretty well, for the moment. I arrive at the foot of a wall of hairpins, which has retained its paved road. I have a little disappointment because I fear that the track is already finished, and then finally, once at the top, it starts again. Do you know that on such a track, itchy boots would have driven at maybe 80 km per hour at minimum? And then, after a small church, lost here, it suddenly climbs straight up. No more gravel, here we go over big rocks. I go from left to right to try to take the best track. I have no idea how long it will last. I hear the stones jumping from everywhere under the Transalp. I pray that the GV suitcases remain securely attached, and I keep a certain speed to challenge myself a little. Well, I never thought it was so physical. The cardio goes quickly. I have the Transalp, which traces its course, dancing in all directions. She looks happy. Actually, I don't know why, but I've been itching for months off-roading, but like a lot. I want to go to lost corners of nature and to be able to access places that are deserved, so I just brought back home a little while ago a two-wheeled machine which should be comfortable for that. I mean, even more than the Transalp. To follow this project, which will start this winter, remember to subscribe to the channel and to click on the small bell to turn on the notifications. Wow, well, it was really exhausting. Is everyone here? Yeah, looks like. I land on the road, which I thought I would find a little further away. Next stop, Lake Souris. There, I read that there is a section in the middle of nature at the top, but that you have to be confident in your brakes. And how can I tell you? This is not the asset that we keep on a Transalp. Therefore, I will rather stay on the small roads. It's sad because when I had done my researches for the trip, I saw that on this gravel road I did, there was a super beautiful bridge. I wanted to go over it. It was really something vintage. Well, except the bridge was on the side of the track, torn off. They were redoing the road. In any case, still a crazy environment to ride. So now, to go to my lake, the GPS announces me, wow, it announces me a lot of time for 20 kilometers. So I don't know what to expect. It's not bad as a backdrop, isn't it? Another nice surprise, a super rolling pass with typical views of the Dolomites. Definitely, it's really a place to ride a motorcycle here. I finally arrive at Lake Souris, which I didn't imagine at all like that. $3.90 I may have to sit down or I won't go there. Welcome to the bowels of the world. Hey, wait, don't I have lights? Oh yes, a bit better. How do I find such places? What is this stuff? It looks like it was dug yesterday. I then start the small Stelvio Pass. The road is like a small hill climb race. Passo Pura. Well, there you go. This little pass was really good. Excellent. So now we're going down. Hey, hi girls! We hadn't seen each other from the Pyrenees. Oh, maybe it's not the same cows. Round trip towards Cortina d'Ampezzo, another hour and a half on small roads like this, with the Dolomites as a backdrop. This road will continue like this for at least an hour. Nothing better to end this day, different from the others. Well, I guarantee you that you shouldn't complain about the roads of your country. I've just hit 5 kilometers of grooves, very dangerous. With my moving handlebar, it was like bleh. Keep going, 20 minutes and I'm at the campsite. Woo! The sign said no campers, but it is for the camper van. Tents and small vans are okay. And well, me, it's exactly what I have. So let's try to find a nice place. Well, it starts to be complicated in the mornings. I don't really have the opportunity to recharge my personal batteries during the nights. It's super cold. Last night it was 5 degrees. Now it's 8. There is a mega morning dew, so everything is still wet. Even if it hasn't rained and that the weather is good, but while the sun isn't over the mountains, it's really cold. Well, not better than usual. 10:30. I wasn't lucky. There is something to take in consideration. When you arrive in the evening, you have to find where the sun will shine in the morning, because I had one of the most shaded locations. So, no sun means cold, but not only this, it also means that nothing can dry, so it's complicated to pack everything in the morning. There is one thing which is certain, it is that the mountains are still beautiful. Welcome to Cortina d'Ampezzo, famous for its location and its surrounding area, which is just splendid. Hey, look! A 1000th radar! So you have to know that this place is very expensive, even the fuel is expensive, and you can imagine the hotels. I start by the same small road as yesterday, just above Cortina d'Ampezzo, with a splendid view, and then I'll turn to head towards Misurina Lake. In fact, I could have ride this road again 10 times and still it wouldn't have bothered me. You really have to see it and feel the atmosphere here to understand the pleasure of driving in this area. As you can see, the place is very touristy. I have never seen so many cars on the side of the road. It's here that I changed my direction compared to yesterday. Hey, have you seen the sign? Austria was indicated. Let's go! With these mountains, in fact, even the straight roads are not boring. I arrive at my first lake and it was beautiful, big surprise. Wow, what an incredible lake! It's so beautiful, so beautiful. I'll try not to fall in the water. We are now at Lago di Landro, but hey, I have to admit that after the Misurina Lake, it is not exactly the same concept. So, let's go to the most famous lake, Lago di Braies. For once, I found myself with a biker in the same direction as me. Even if I would have liked to hit a bit more the gas, I stayed behind him just for the pleasure of riding together. Well, except that he absolutely didn't care about riding with me. Well, anyway, I was happy, and that's good to be happy. I have the feeling that the Dolomites, as we saw in the past days, are now finished. I'm now going towards Austria, and I have the feeling that the landscapes will be as you can see now. So, bye-bye the Dolomites, it was amazing to see you and to ride here. So there are a few kilometers left, and then let's go to the Tyrol. Ah no! The lake is closed for now. The police has just refused me, but I can see some people going through. I don't understand why. I'm so disappointed. I should have lied to the policeman and said that I was going to the restaurant. He said, it's full, you have to go after 4 p.m. What you need to know is that this lake is the most photogenic of all the Dolomites. Crazy colors, a splendid environment, small pontoon, wooden boat, in short, the real postcard. I now don't have any other choice, I will have to come back. Yeah, okay, with pleasure. I continue now in a small valley and I take the direction of the mountain range which separates just far ahead Italy from Austria. There is another small lake there, around which I spotted a few restaurants to cheer me up. Once again, I was not disappointed. This little lake is beautiful, the small road that runs alongside is very pleasant to ride, and at the end there is a leisure center to chill. Perfect! It is now the end of the series of videos in the Dolomites and about how you can visit this place by motorcycle or with a van or by car. So here we can already see that the landscapes have started to change from what you have seen in all the previous episodes. Indeed, there we are starting the Austrian part. The border is right next to me. In any case, what I saw for 4 days in the Dolomite side was really great. You can see it in all the videos that you saw. The sceneries are beautiful every time. It's really breathtaking. In any case, I spent 4 dream days there, and if you want to do the same thing and not worry about the organization and the planning, as usual, below the video you will find the link to download the full guide with all the GPS and GPX tracks, and then there is also a topo which explains where the campsites are, where to fill up, where to buy some food, if there's a good restaurant, well, everything is in it, so it's ready to ride. If you want to see the next part of this adventure, which will take place in Tyrol in Austria, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the little bell to turn on all the notifications, so YouTube will send you a message when I release a new episode. Now, let's go to Austria and I'll see you in the next part in Tyrol.